the same exact person when the president isn't.
You can actually summon the cardinal.
White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, the most powerful person in the White House, apart from the president himself, delivered unusually candid and at times unflattering assessments of the president and also his most senior administration officials in a series of interviews with Vanity Fair. Now, across the more than 10 interviews, Wiles spoke frankly about working for the president.
And the last thing I'll say is if any of us have learned a lesson from that Vanity Fair article, I hope that the lesson is we should be giving fewer interviews to mainstream media outlets.
Winning the popular vote and
And here's the thing that is shocking about it. She repeatedly undermined several people close to Trump, including Trump himself, his policies, as well as his team. She even compared her boss's personality to that of an alcoholic, while saying Trump has, and I quote from Chris Whipple's reporting, an alcoholic's personality. He operates with a view that there's nothing he can't do. Nothing, zero, nothing. And then here is what she said of Trump's top deputies. She said Vice President J.D. Vance had, quote, been a conspiracy theorist for a decade and changed his views for, quote unquote, political reasons in part. She called Trump's budget director, Russell T. Vogt, quote, a right-wing absolute zealot. Not the highest compliment you can give somebody. And she said Elon Musk is, quote, an avowed ketamine user and an odd duck. Now, I doubt he'd disagree with the last of those things, but the rest of it, you get the point. Kristen Holmes is out front at the White House. And Kristen, that is the huge question here. When I started reading this morning, I said, whoa, hit the paywall, had to go past it. This one, I went past it. I mean, just to read what was in there. I know you've been speaking to your sources inside the White House all night and all day, Kristen, to figure out what's happening here. What have you learned?
Well, Erin, I can tell you this morning was complete chaos. Everyone that I spoke to was trying to figure out how this happened, how Susie Wiles put this information out there on the record. One thing that everyone agreed on when I spoke to them is that Wiles is political. She is calculated. She would not just go out there and put this information on the record. But the other thing that almost all advisors and allies of the president also agreed on was that all of the quotes sounded like something that Susie Wiles would say.
And Susie Wiles, we have our disagreements. We agree on much more than we disagree, but I've never seen her be disloyal to the President of the United States, and that makes her the best White House Chief of Staff that I think the President could ask for.
This is, unfortunately, another example of disingenuous reporting, where you have a reporter who took the Chief of Staff's words wildly out of context.
大家好，我是主播周玉琴。很多的朋友告诉我们，太阳星全效克菲尔益生菌帮助了睡眠品质。原版的太阳星全效克菲尔益生菌，它添加有超级食物羽衣甘蓝，健康再加分。而有睡眠困扰的朋友们，赶快选择蓝色包装这一款晚安加强版，绝对是更有感。每日克菲尔，时刻美好 ，Good Feel Good， 请上快点购为健康下单，而且要记得输入推荐代码，有额外的折扣优惠。太阳星全效克菲尔益生菌基础版、晚安加强版，新包装改版，内容不变，抽取更方便。要吃就吃最好的。